pretty much not going to say abuse you because you do make millions of dollars. But
Nah, that's abuse, bro. That's abuse in a way. Ripping and running across the country. Again, you don't know the struggles or how hard it is until you put yourself in those shoes. And 9.5 times out of 10, you won't be putting those shoes. Yo, what did you two, man? I'm not one of these times, so I'm gonna get straight into it. You feel me? Now, today about to be reacting to, what's this shit called? How Rod Wave's $27 million deal made him a puppet. Hey, it usually happens that way. If you don't read your contract thoroughly, or you don't got a manager to thoroughly read your contract, you will get put on the shelf. But me personally, I don't think that Rod Wave is put on the shelf. But hey, it could be something happening that I don't see. Let's see what he's talking about.
Rod Wave over the last 4 years has easily been the most successful rapper to emerge from Florida.
Facts.
While he originally got the
from
game
Florida.
from his breakout hit song Hard on Ice, which was later remixed by Lil Durk in 2019, his career of being a successful mainstream rapper has been stamped since 2021 when he released Street Runner, which is arguably his biggest song ever. Rod has built a fan base, being able to express a deeper, more personal side of his life to his fans. But the story today is taking a little bit of a different angle, piggybacking on the fact that Rod Wave allegedly is owing more than $27 million due to unfinished touring, according to this new article.
Damn.
Rod Wave is accused.
Whoa, okay, I get it now. He probably signed a deal with, I think it's Roc Nation, the shit that young boy doing right now. He probably missed a couple shows, so he need to compensate for the shows that he missed. He definitely skipped over Milwaukee, because that was fucked up of you, but I guess he coming back in December. We gonna see. Don't cancel again, because you're gonna get in more debt, bro.
In a recently filed lawsuit of owing more than $27 million to Grizzly Tour.
Damn.
Now described in court documents viewed by Complex as a promoter of large-scale events for hip-hop and other musical artists. Now according to Grizzly Touring's legal team, per documents filed in Florida on September 29th, the $27 million figure accounts for unearned and unrecouped advances made to Rod and his Hit House Entertainment Company. So he owes money for things that he didn't hold up in the bargain. Now Grizzly says his agreement guaranteed Rod $40,250,000 to perform 35 shows, half of which was paid up front.
You gotta think about it. That's damn near a little over $1 million. Is that $1 million? That's a little over $1 million for a show. Man, this nigga, man.
Additional funds were later advanced.
Nigga making over $1 million to go on stage.
With Rod allegedly failing to honor his obligation under an amended tour deal. Now, recently, Rod Wave, a person who rarely does any interviews, sat down with Joe Budden's podcast and indirectly spoke about the dark side of touring in the music industry, and how particularly large touring companies like Live Nation and others overscheduled their artists to perform in too many cities under a short span of time without their approval, and how the concept of artist fatigue isn't really taken into consideration because they're being paid millions of dollars. And the fans, of course, expect their favorite artists to appear to the show no matter what's happening in their personal life.
Imagine being
hey, y'all, let me get an ad block when I get monetized, y'all. Don't worry about it.
Meet Base 44.
Nah, me personally, bro. Hold on. You don't know nobody how somebody's life is until you won't know how nobody living their life or how hard their life is or how easy it is. To you, it might sound easy to go do 35 shows for $40 million. Shit, I'll do that in a heartbeat. Shit, I'll do that shit for $8 million. I'm lying, but you get what I'm saying, bro. We all have different struggles. Y'all don't know the pain that he going through, so y'all can't really judge. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga want you to get on stage 35 times and goddamn, and they fucking up shit fucked up, and just, how the fuck you gonna sell a ticket without us talking about it?
Right.
I'm just saying though, like, just for example, if goddamn Bob Dylan was on stage and he got a contract with somebody, and they say, all right, we're gonna do 35 cities, we're gonna give you $42 million, we're gonna give you a dub up front. Ooh. Okay, Bob Dylan get on stage and shit fuck up. So now, Bob, you supposed to been on tour from October, November, and December. This shit done changed, man. We got October, November, December, January, and February, because we can't do this shit in time. We got to figure this shit out. You think this nigga Bob Dylan finna just sit out there, buses and jets and hotels, and till y'all figure it out?
Nah.
And then Bob Dylan, little niece called him and said, oh, you gonna be back in my city tomorrow? And you don't know nothing about it. I'm supposed to be where?
That's crazy.
And guess what? If you don't, guess who people are attacking? You.
Yeah, it's your fault.
They're attacking Bob Dylan.
Okay, I get. Okay, that is fucked up. But it's like that's poor negotiating. Then you know what I'm saying? Unless, bro, is that more so the manager fault? Cause ain't no way he signed a deal to get signed or to get signed to go places that he don't know. Unless he didn't read it or his
Hold
manager
on.
didn't.
97% of you guys watching the video are not
I'm
subscribed.
subscribed, cause no
Now, let me
bullshit.
I'm going. Now, to be totally transparent, everything that Rod Wave said in this interview was true, but it was a bit
Right.
shocking. Now, I was totally unaware that artists can be booked for a concert or should I say a big tour without fully knowing.
Me
But when you
neither.
gotta
That
think-
don't even make sense. Cause especially artists like Rod Wave, he's selling out fucking arenas. Why would they last minute book or last minute sell tickets for arena? What? That don't make sense to me, bro.
From the management perspective, Live Nation
Ain't saying he
operates
lying,
with so
though.
many artists. Beyonce, Jay-Z, 50 Cent. We see NBA YoungBoy on his Make America Silent tour. So their goal and their one objective is to sell as many tickets, as many seats as possible. So for Rod Wave to get $1 million a show, they gotta make at least double that or probably 4 times that. So they're thinking, how can I book this guy X amount of times in X amount of time in a certain city? So you 35 shows, I'm gonna book it to you all over a month, and you're essentially gonna do probably 2 shows in Cali, 2 shows in New York, and an extra show in Las Vegas. Their goal is to make the money, so they're gonna push you wherever they see fit and run up the bag and pretty much not gonna say abuse you because you do make millions of dollars, but
Nah, that's abuse, bro. That's abuse in a way. Ripping and running across the country. Again, you don't know the struggles or how hard it is until you put yourself in those shoes. And 9.5 times out of 10, you won't be putting those shoes. The fuck?
much as they can. Now, according to the second half of the Rod Wave article, Rod Wave has only performed 26 shows since the Last Lap tour that began in October 2024. Grizzly Lawyers write that means Rod has only earned $29,900,000 against the guarantee pursuant to its terms, and as a result, now owes Grizzly $27 million for the amounts of Grizzly advanced and paid on Rod's behalf. So they're essentially saying for the remaining 9 shows that Rod has not done, they owe, or should I say, Rod owes Grizzly $27 million, which is a lot of money.
Time out,
The
bro.
one thing I think-
Time out, bro. Quick question. So he has a tour coming up. Like I said, I think it started like November, December. One of the two, right? So is he renegotiating a different contract for like a different set of shows, like 20, 30 shows? Or is he finishing these shows, the 9 remaining shows, so he don't have to pay them back? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know.
Take into account too is how hard it is to actually sell a lot of tickets for physical shows. Now, music has gone digital. It's all streaming, views, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Nobody's going to physical shows anymore because 1, the production value isn't there, and 2, these prices are way too damn high. Now, even for NBA YoungBoy, I don't regret going at all, but I also did buy my tickets very early in May of this year. But if you were to buy a ticket a month before the show or a week before, you might spend a band on a ticket, which is insane.
Who dropping the band for YoungBoy? Nigga, we dropped like $250 each, and we got some decent seats. We ain't at the top of the, you know what I'm saying, at the top of the rafters, the nosebleeds. We got some decent seats for like $250.
But like I said, these companies have one major objective: to generate as much money as possible. So whether that's through resale tickets of them buying up all the Ticketmaster and then selling it back to you, which is kind of crazy, but that's a whole other video, they're going to get theirs on every occasion by any means. Now, surprisingly, Rod Wave, in order to clear his name, has been forced to schedule a 9-city tour to fulfill his contractual obligation. And let me explain what I mean.
Okay.
Now, recently, as of October 1st, I saw that Rod Wave launched his Redemption tour in December. What seemed a bit strange to me because last year, Rod Wave was on his Last Lap tour. Now, we all know Rod Wave put out that album Last Lap that was dedicated to his manager and his Uncle D, who I believe died from suicide because he was going through a lot of personal things.
R.I.P.
And that tour was one of the most impactful hip-hop tours in 2024,
R.I.P.
to say the least.
Right.
Now, Rod Wave, of course, going on his 3rd tour, or should I say this tour recently, is because he's supposed to fill his contract obligations. Now, if you recall, the 3rd paragraph said, Grizzly paid Rod $40 million for 35 shows. And you look at the next paragraph, it says Rod only performed 26 million shows. And that was for $29.9 million. And let's just round it up and call it 30. So Rod Wave, as you may have guessed, announced his Redemption tour in December. And can you guess how many shows
Okay.
are on this tour? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you guessed it. 9 shows in total.
Oh, okay. That makes it. Bro, he not even coming to Milwaukee. Motherfuckers be lying. It ain't shit to take a trip to Chicago though. A little hour, maybe like an hour 10-minute draw. That's crazy. Okay. Well, at least we know he ain't come to Milwaukee. I'm gonna tell my girl that.
Rod essentially launched his other tour, which is probably done through Live Nation also,
Wait,
to
when he
fulfill his
coming to,
contract obligation. Rod essentially
Chicago?
launched his
December 16th.
other tour,
Okay.
which is probably done through Live Nation also, to fulfill his contract obligations and be clear of any debt he may owe to Grizzly Touring, and pretty much wiggle his way out of this recent lawsuit. Now, the music industry always has some new twists and turns and all this other under the table things going on. But to be totally honest, if they paid Rod up front half the money and Rod didn't fulfill his end of the bargain, I understand it.
Facts.
But I also understand Rod not wanting to do so many shows because he feels he's being overworked, or they added more shows because, you know, it was working. Now, even look at the NBA Youngboy tour. That tour was supposed to start in September and end the middle of October. But now he's going to like the 7th of November because they added more shows. And I don't think that was NBA Youngboy's decision. I truly believe that that was Live Nation's decision.
The 7th of November. Hey, no, it's not, nigga, because my concert that I'm going to is on like the 8th, on the Sunday. Okay.
They wanted to earn and make more money. And what better way is it for them to make more money than to add more shows in popular cities like Dallas, like Houston,
with the Yukon acapella on there. Whoa! Hold up.
That shit,
LA. You know, they're just gonna add more shows so people can come see the concert again because he's a hot commodity, and just like how Rod Wave and NBA Youngboy are both the biggest rappers in their time. Now, Rod Wave has to do more interviews. As in this interview, it brought more of this introspective, smart, business savvy side that we never knew that he had. And not because he thought he was dumb, but just because he never really speaks that much outside of his music.
Right.
Now, he would talk about how when it comes to touring, he actually wanted to make the touring tickets more affordable to his fans, who are mostly children, young teens, or in their 20s, who may not have $1,000 to drop on a concert ticket, but how the labels, or should I say marketing companies like Live Nations, have a quota to reach, so they pretty much overprice their tickets because they want to make X amount of dollars, and they can only make X amount of dollars by selling X amount of tickets, and that's why the ticket shows are so expensive.
And what's so crazy about that shit, like the
Never mind.
ticket shit so crazy because I could tell the people, hey, I want to sell this ticket for $55, $85. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do with it.
Talking now.
Motherfucker gonna be $300.
You talking
fuck
now.
what you
Really?
talking about? I want this shit to be affordable for people who, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Yeah,
can't
okay.
control that. And as much control over this side of my career as I can, like on the touring side, because I built this shit up from the ground. I remember going to Oakland, California with 80 people at my concert in 2019.
Yeah.
To fast forward 18,000. So I built this shit up from the ground. So I can't just put this.
Damn, that nigga. I don't know the word for 1,000, but he doubled that or whatever. I don't care.
In your hands, man, and let you do it. You don't give a fuck about these people. You ain't never even heard my song. You just want to make the money. You see the numbers.
Right.
You don't give a fuck. You putting random ass people on my tour because the numbers they doing and this shit don't even make
Because they
sense.
pay
It don't even make sense. Yeah.
Who is this
Don't-
girl?
Now, Rod Wave would make it be known that his love for his core fan base and his audience supersedes any dollar amount. I'm going to speak on that in 2018 during his come up. He was doing shows in front of 80 people for a lower amount. So now that he's famous, he doesn't like these larger touring companies trying to restructure the prices of the tickets because his real fans probably can't afford them.
Man, last year I would have went, but hey, I couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got mortgage and car notes and all type of shit. But no, let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Y'all think it made him a puppet? I wouldn't necessarily say it made him a puppet. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta do what he was told to do, or do what he agreed to do. That's a better word. Do what he agreed to do in that contract. Apply to real life. But hey, I'm gonna catch you niggas in the next one. Yes, sir.